Hi, did you slip and fall into your sister and get her pregnant? No? Well, King Arthur did. Hi, I'm Bisque Dolly, and I'm reading Le Morte d'Arthur, which is about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. And, if you want to hear about the details of that, go to part 3. This is part 4. So, recap though, part 3. You know, Arthur is like healing. He has leeches on him, okay? And he confronts Merlin. He's like, dude, why did you stop me when I was fighting that guy, Pellinor? I could have taken him on. And Merlin was like, dude, you were gonna die. There was blood everywhere. You were gonna die. Stop. If it wasn't for me, you'd be dead. And these leeches. Don't forget the leeches. Merlin's like, dude, that was King Pellinor that you were fighting with. And trust me, you don't know it now, but you'll see soon. He's gonna have your back. He's a good guy. Don't you worry. You're gonna need him. And that's the thing about Merlin, is that he has the ability to see the future. He has the ability to shapeshift. He's truly a sorcerer. He can like magic and disappear. Okay? He's a really cool guy. Well, he's not that good of a guy, to be honest. Merlin's not that great. So Arthur and Merlin are walking back home, okay? They're trying to get out of wherever they were with the leeches and stuff. And they come across this Lady of the Lake because he hears about this mystical magical sword. And, you know, Arthur needs this sword because Merlin lets him know, hey, that baby that your sister's gonna birth, because you got her pregnant on, they're gonna destroy all the kingdom and it's gonna be your demise. So, but anyways, about this magical sword, we should go check it out. Let's go check it out. So they happen upon the Lady of the Lake, and they see in the distance a sword held by an arm in the middle of the lake, which is not spooky or scary at all for some reason. Just a random arm holding a sword in the middle of a lake. Not scary. Not even a little bit. The Lady of the Lake tells Arthur, you can take this sword. It's called Excalibur. You can take this, but you need to do me a favor. You need to give me something in return. Not right now, but when I come to collect it, you better give it to me. And Arthur's like, sure, like a magic sword? Absolutely. Of course, I want the magic sword in the lake that's being held up by an arm that I don't know where it came from. So Arthur is like looking at the sword once he collects it, and he's like, ooh, it's fancy. And you know, he's like, cool, like, do I really need the sheath though, the scabbard? And Merlin's like, dude, that scabbard will make you invincible. No matter how many times you get sliced and stabbed and cut, you would never bleed. Yeah, meaning the scabbard, so long as he has it equipped, he will never be wounded. After retrieving Excalibur, okay, Arthur returns to Carlion, and he gets word from King Rience, finding out that King Rience collected all 11 of the 11 kings that were against Arthur, all 11 of their beards, and has them mounted on his mantle. Talk about cuckoo bananas, right? So King Rience sends a messenger to Arthur and is like, hey, I want your beard. Okay, pause. Excuse me? You want my beard? Arthur's like, I just grew my beard. You're not taking my beard. And so the messenger's like, look, dude, like, just give him the beard, okay? He said if you don't give him your beard, he's gonna come and take your head and then get your beard. And it's just like, dude, Arthur's like, then fine, let him fight me. I ain't no, like, I'm not a, who do you think I am? I'm King Arthur. Okay, I pulled the sword out of the stone. I got with 3 women from different kings. I married one, but 2 are definitely having his baby. I mean, is Guinevere going to have his baby? I'm not sure. I don't remember if she did get pregnant or not. But I definitely know the other two are, one of them being his sister, which technically makes him the uncle of his biggest op, which is King Lot. King Lot don't like Arthur, right off the bat. Doesn't like Arthur, but that's his kid's uncle, I guess. So it fast forwards, okay? It kind of, the time jumps a lot in book 1, but it kind of like prepares you for the adventures of Arthur for the rest of this big collection of books and tales. And, you know, it lets you know that King Arthur at some point in the future, like the weird, crazy Pharaoh Ramses did with Moses, orders that all the babies born around May Day, because this is when Merlin says his child, his Wincest baby will be born, and basically says, hey, that's when your baby's going to be born. So Arthur orders everyone in the kingdom to put all their babies born on May Day on a ship and send them off to sea. Crazy work. Crazy. Talk about like, you hear stories about Arthur being this like glorious, like amazing person. He was bad to the bone. People end up blaming Merlin for like the destruction of the kingdom more than Arthur. Like when all these babies die at sea due to a shipwreck, okay, and they blame Merlin for it. Huh? But get this, Mordred somehow during the shipwreck still held her baby above the water, and like some man ends up saving the baby and takes care of him for 14 years. And that's where we leave off in the story. Oh my God. Oh, do you want to see the Lady of the Lake? And that concludes book 1. A summary as told by Biscadali. Blah, 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 blah. I read sort of okay online for you, by the way. So if you want to hear me poorly read stories, I'm your girl. Also, if you want, I guess, a very simple way of me describing this, I'm also your girl. Okay, bye.